All right, guys, how did filling out the
I can't
form
imagine
go?
how you must feel, like.
Good. It's kind of nice to break it down to one behavior. Because like watching those videos, if you were doing that, and be like, oh, okay, where do we start? But really focusing on that one. And how did it? Does anyone want to share anything?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Really quick. So you, in this, I know you were talking about, break it down even further into just one time during the day instead of when they're doing it across the board? So for example, our kid has a problem with head banging. And so would you pick just one time when he struggles with head banging? Or would you try, because I feel like we could try to decrease it across the board at school with
I would start
same
with it. I would
implementation.
start with the part of the routine where he's doing it the most. That
Okay.
routine where he's doing it the
Yeah.
most. Because if you start there and then it gets better, then you can trickle it into other routines.
And then you know it's working, and so therefore
Yeah.
then it can be more broad.
Yeah, and it needs to be a routine where you're able to take data too. That's the other piece. If it's a
Yeah.
hectic time and you can't, then that's
Yeah.
not the time
That's
to
a good
focus
point.
in on it.
Okay.
So one routine, yeah.
Well, and for the behaviors, like you want to pick, I mean, you are going to be doing it across the board, especially if you're going to pick a behavior.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that any time that that behavior happens, you're going to try and help replace that. But yeah, you're going to pick a time.
To
that
see,
you
that's
can
what I
collect
was
that data.
observable.
But the idea is that you're going to pick that behavior. You're going to pick a time where you're working specifically on that behavior, and you're going to develop a plan where
Yeah.
you're going to know, okay. Because like I have a kiddo that she needs to attend and engage. Like she has serious impulse control and has a really hard time attending and engaging. So I've picked what's most important is circle time.
Yeah.
And I need her to attend 2 parts of circle time, and that's all she can handle right now.
Yeah.
But I embed throughout the entire day, obviously,
Yes.
I will find opportunities where we are working on that skill by
Yeah.
setting a timer, completing this activity. It's just at those points, I'm not collecting data. I'm only collecting
Yeah.
data
For that
during
one
circle
time.
time.
That makes
And
sense.
it's also
Molly.
kind of a time for you as an adult mentally to prepare, like you
Yeah.
know, okay, bedtime, I'm really focusing on this whole
Yeah.
process of teaching, and the other times, like you said, you're still working on it, but like mentally, you go into circle time, or you go
Yeah.
into this routine knowing, all right, this is it, this is my teaching time, this is my helping time, you're ready to prompt them and give them
Yeah.
all the skills they need, and the other times are just bonus.
Yeah.
I guess one of the problem, it's hard with a vignette because it's not a real kid
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
experiencing. So it's hard for me to know where
Yeah.
the one
Exactly.
time he's head banging the most, so,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
But no, you're right.
And then the other nice thing about having the plan is that once you have that plan in place, and let's say it is circle time, Molly and Brooke, if they're doing circle time and they have a child that they have this plan developed, Molly knows her role of exactly what she's supposed to do, and Brooke knows her. It's
Yeah.
totally controlled. So that way, when we're taking the data, nothing's changing and nothing's a variable in that. We all know everything's happening the same
So
across
if
the
it does
board.
decrease or increase.
Exactly.
And you're hoping that they're taking those skills and they're going to generalize and start using it
Exactly.
in other situations.
And then hopefully if your plan's working, your other embedded learning opportunities that you've been doing, the timer and all that, we're hoping that that's gonna help her engage even more and really kind of start making those connections.
And I think when we write, we can already visualize the situation happening when we write.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
So we feel powerful, and it's really we feel empowered because we already feel like we're able to handle it when we write and.
Exactly, right? Kind of like that app you were showing us where you can like write it down and kind of say, oh, okay, this is how I felt. You know, and thinking about your daughter when she wants that attention, it's easier to pull it out and say, okay, this is what we're gonna work on, and really looking at that,
I
so.
think we can do it with adults too.
You can, oh, yeah.
I'm going to be this person.
Right?
That's what is expected to be.
Jared's my 4%. I'm gonna start writing one for that guy right now. No, he's great. He's actually been doing very good.
She's training you.
I have been, so yeah. I've been-
It's hard to be the partner.
You are
and
so
you're
cute.
beside
It is.
My poor husband all the time.
I know.
Well, we pulled in and the mailbox was open and he was, he's very, didn't like that open. And so he was starting to get a little hissy. And so I was like, Jared, remember you're modeling how we handle frustration. He's like, oh, that mailbox, it's okay. I'm gonna be like Pete the cat and keep singing my song. I was like, good. Then when he looks at me and rolls his eyes, I'm like, looking down the back, they can't see that. But they can feel how you're feeling. So. Yeah, he's fun. He's a good guy. So what's next? So building, so this is what we covered in session 16, building a behavior support team, the person family centered. Brooke's gonna talk about functional behavior assessment and the hypothesis. And then on April 4th, so not next Tuesday, everyone's spring break, Brooke will be gone. So April 4th, we'll be talking about behavior support plan development and monitoring outcomes, and that really gets in depth with all that stuff. So that will be what's next, what's coming up. So final thoughts, develop policy, process, and procedures within your program, agency, home, or other learning environments. It takes time and expertise. You guys are not expected to go and start writing these plans. Assure that there are members on the team with the comfort and knowledge in developing and implementing a support plan. And utilize the support of coaches and trainers, and be aware of all the team members, define acronyms and technical terms, and give practical examples to clarify concepts. So major messages: children engage in challenging behavior because it works, and meaning they're getting their needs and wants met. And adults should be prepared to change their own behavior, and that's really important. And when you guys develop these plans, you'll really see how that part of it. So when we're looking at it, it's so important not to hone in on the adult behavior, because we'll change that later. We're just looking at the challenging behavior. It's essential to create a behavior support plan as a team. Setting a goal and targeting one challenging behavior and one replacement behavior is an effective way of developing a successful plan. And it just makes it way more manageable. So you guys have your thought seeds. So if you guys want to pull those out and take a couple minutes to do that.
Can I just say something as a home provider? You know, with the final thoughts is utilize the support of coaches and trainers. When I think of my career as a licensed child care provider from when I was, an idiot, it's those people that are in your pathway that are out there to help you that make all the difference in the world.
It's so true, right?
It makes all the difference.
It's so true.
Because some things that you think, especially in home care, because you don't have a team player. But if you can pick up the phone and you can go, this is what I'm seeing, and you're describing behavior, and you're just, sometimes it's just venting. But when you hear another provider or someone else and get their point of view, then everything kind of changes, and you do take that emotional piece out.
It so does, right?
But as a in-home provider, when you don't have somebody just, did you see that behavior? What do you think? You don't have that capacity, and you do feel overwhelmed.
You do, for sure. And two, I think another good thing that you guys might want to do, if you guys are ever like, man, what is going on with this? I can't figure it out. Maybe do video record where that is happening, because it's powerful to see and to see yourself in it and be like, okay, wow, okay, that's what happened. Because two, you're in it with the kids, and to really see what else is happening around is difficult sometimes. It really can be difficult because you might not see everything that's happening, But I do agree. I mean, having those resources at your tip is great, like Kathy.
It makes all the difference in the world.
And just event, I mean, I remember last year, the beginning and start of school, this little girl hit me in the face with this fish toy, and I was livid. I'm like, Molly, rah, 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 rah. And she's just like, it's okay, calm down. It's like, all right, let's take the emotion out of it and let's figure this out. But it's just like, definitely a hot button. I don't like getting hit in the face. So, it's not fun, not at all. So definitely take a minute into your thoughts.
I was going to go off of Annie too, because we moved back to Colorado. We moved away for 20 years and came back. And so I decided when we came back, I was going to do a job that I absolutely loved. I was not driving downtown. I was not going to do all these things. So I jumped right into home daycare, and I have had the privilege of helping raise my grandkids with this. But till I took this class, I had zero support from anyone, no one. And so it's really funny because I've connected to Annie, I've connected to Dee Dee, I've connected to these home care providers. Dee Dee loaned me a little pack and play. I was panicking, I didn't have one. She let me in her house, showed me all of her stuff. I went home with this huge tool belt. I went home and I couldn't go to sleep. I was telling my husband, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do, oh, you should have seen this. Oh, this was great. Oh, she's got sand right in her house. It's like, why can't I have sand in my house? You just sweep it up. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I felt like a little kid in a candy store. And it's just
These are
like,
so fun.
it
I
was so
love it.
awesome. And then Annie said, get to the Broomfield,
Yeah,
come with
that's
us.
a point.
Come,
the
Kathy
association.
has so much resource, and it's like,
true.
Annie, but you know, I was gonna join one, and it's during the day. I can't because I can't leave. And she's like, why is it during the day? Ours are at
That's
night.
idiotic.
I'm like, what do I have to do? She said, you don't do anything. You grab your purse and come. I am like, just like that? Yep. So I marked it on my calendar. I'm so excited for this. And this class is really just, I feel like a kid in a candy store. It's like, oh my gosh. And then I'm telling Brooke, please keep my number. Please keep my number. You know, it's like, I'm going to do this every year because just the resource that's here is
You know, when I
phenomenal.
told Kathy that I was taking this class, I said, oh my God, I feel so overwhelmed. I go home and there's so much information.
Yeah.
I'm 57 years old. You know, because it's a lot, you know, it's a lot. And she said, really? She goes, I think you have to take it at least 3 times to really get it. She said, that's how we felt too. And just to feel that empathy and validation and know that, okay, well, maybe I'm just not, you know?
And you know, I mean, we've lived and breathed the pyramid for so long, and now that Brooke and I have been doing this, I'm like, oh, I've had so many aha moments myself. So I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, it's incredible.
And to have the tools, you know, that are just so readily available.
Exactly.